What's up, guys? Ethan. Today's topic is going to be about habits. So the other day, about 2 days ago, I just posted my very first training video talking about my boxing training, what I'm doing, how I'm prepping for future fights right now. But anyways, though, I wanted to make a self-improvement video today. I wanted to talk about habits. I feel like habits are really important because they are literally what we are. Like, the more successful we are, the more better habits we have. And then the worse off we are, meaning like we have worse habits. Aristotle has a quote that I really love. He says that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but rather a habit. And I think that quote is really cool because when you really think about habits, they are super important. Even for me, just a couple years ago, I started getting into more self-help books, started really learning a lot about habits and how important they are. So then I really realized that I really had to focus on getting rid of some of my bad habits. Some of my bad habits were like sleeping in, procrastinating, not drinking enough water, being on my phone way more, not really being present. My diet has been kind of off and on, but I've actually been a lot more consistent with my dieting because I'm very consistent with my training. I stay in shape, but I feel like that I could clean up my diet a lot more. So luckily, I've never had really any bad habits like some other people that maybe like drinking, type of things like that. But for me, I don't have habits like that. I've just had like simple habits, just like the ones that I was just mentioning previously. But I'm gonna tell you guys how I've gotten rid of some of my habits and how you guys can too and level up in your guys' lives even more. So let's get right into it. So I think the biggest thing is why I wanted to develop better habits. Why do we want to do this in the first place? Well, first of all, let's think that we will be more successful and better if we develop better habits. For me, I knew that I was gonna be more successful and I would get better if I develop better habits. For me, it was about the improvement aspect of it. For me, I wanted to be better. I wanted to get better. Reading all these self-help books, going out of my own way to better myself, I was thinking, okay, well, if I develop better habits, I'll become a better person and I'll overall just make a lot of significant improvement. So think of that aspect when you are developing way better habits. Know that you will become better from changing your habits and developing better ones. So that was the first step that I made to changing my habits and actually getting rid of my bad ones, was realizing that I wanted to be better. I didn't want to keep continuing these negative habits that are not benefiting me in any way whatsoever. I think the big one for me was asking myself if these habits are good for me or not, and if they'll benefit me long term. Is working out in the gym 5 days a week for 5 years gonna benefit you? Absolutely. Is sleeping in, eating like crap, not working out, not taking care of yourself for 5 years, is that gonna affect you in a negative way? I would imagine so. So like when I was changing up my habits a lot, I was trying to think to myself like, okay, is this like gonna be good for me in the long run? Is this gonna make me more successful? Or is this gonna make me worse in 5 years, right? So you need to think long term with your goals, because like right now, like a lot of people like instant gratification, like we want things now. Like, okay, like let's have the food right now, but if we keep having it all the time, like the bad food, it's gonna affect us in the long run, right? Then next thing you know, people are gonna have heart diseases, they're gonna be obese, just all these really negative things. But then if you have some sort of self-discipline and you're like, okay, I want to be better than this, I want to, sustain from these things, I want to eat healthier, you're going to see drastic results in 6 months. You need to have delayed gratification with developing better habits. Yeah, you're going to not really be doing all the other things most other people are doing, but you need to look at it as an improvement standpoint, like a self-love perspective, to where like you're doing this for you, you're doing this for your benefit, you're doing this to get better. And that's how you really need to see developing way better habits. You need to look at the ones that will benefit you, will do you better in the long run. Miyamoto Musashi has a quote that I love so much that it's actually my bio on my Facebook and Instagram. He says that it may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. I'm using some examples from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. And if you have not read that book, I say you need to go get that book ASAP and read it. It's a great book. But anyways, he talks about identity shift, where he talks about that the person that you're trying to become. So like maybe say you're not like an athletic person, you've never really been in the gym, you never really played sports, and you want to get in the gym and you want to work out, you want to get healthier, you want to better yourself. You need to change your identity to that, right? So you used to not be a person that never worked out, but now you are a person that works out. Like even for me, like one of my identity shifts was being a reader. I never picked up a book in high school. I always say to my friends that like I used to walk by the library in the high school like every day, and I never once like sat there and was like, hey, you know what? I should check out one of these books. But I never did. It wasn't until I got older where I was like, books are awesome. So then my identity shift used to be like, okay, I never used to read, but now I love books and I read books and I'm a reader now. You need to change your identity shift. Like if you were like a person that used to like smoke cigarettes or drink, now you're a person that doesn't do that stuff, right? Because you will have like the mindset of that person that doesn't do that. So you'll develop the habits of a person that doesn't smoke, that doesn't drink, that works out 5 days a week, that eats healthy, that takes really good care of themselves, that reads all the time. You need to change your identity to what you want to become. I'm using another example from a book that I really love, and it actually really changed my life for the better, but it's The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy talks about in the book that there was 3 people in the book. One person started cutting out 100 calories out of their diet every single day. They did that for about a few years, and that person ended up losing like 30 pounds or something. Again, I haven't read the book in a while, but that's what I remember from the book. Simply by this person cutting out 100 calories out of their diet every day and doing that for a couple years, this guy was able to lose like 33 pounds or something like that, or he was able to lose weight rather than the guy that ate 100 more calories a day. He ended up gaining 33 pounds, right? So a lot of people with like developing new habits, they want to look at the short term. You need to look at the long term. Like I was just telling you guys about the 5 years from now thing. This is one thing you need to think about, right? Like if you're in the gym, you're not going to see results right away. It's going to take time. You need to be patient. Mastery requires patience. You need to be patient with the process. You need to enjoy the process. You got to enjoy putting in the work, because would you rather want to see the results in the future, or would you want to see them like now? You would want to see them in the future. Yeah, most of us want it now, right? Because of the instant gratification, because we're so used to like having things fast and quick, and everyone wants things quick, but we need to be patient. Again, mastery requires patience. So I feel like this is a really big one. You've got to know your triggers for your bad habits. So say you are trying to clean up your diet. You're going to the gym, you're cleaning up your diet, but you are aware that every time you go and hang out with your buddies, all you guys do is eat bad. So identifying your trigger, knowing your trigger is what's going to help you prevent relapsing the bad habit. So change your environment, change the triggers. Like, so say like anytime you come home, you eat bad, get the food out of your house. That's one thing you've got to look at with your bad habits. You've got to know your triggers so you can prevent yourself from relapsing again and doing it again. This is a big one, especially if you're new to developing a new habit, but you need to be around people that already have the habits that you aspire to have. If you want to be in the gym, working out, you need to find someone that is already doing what you do. If maybe you want to lose weight or just anything you aspire to do, you need to be around someone that has done it and knows how to do it. Probably like a professional, or it could even be someone that's lost weight. Like you could even maybe know someone that's lost weight. Or maybe if you're trying to quit a really bad habit like smoking or drinking, you can find someone that has done what you've done. Like if, say, you're an alcoholic and you want to get sober, probably find someone that has been sober for a really long time. They can tell you the habits that they do and the things that they've done to get to their sobriety. And having someone there for you that is doing what you aspire to do is a really big game changer. Even for me, I have mentors, and it's very important. So I can know what I'm supposed to do to get to where I want to go and develop the habits that I aspire to have. 1 minute is better than none. 1 extra mile is better than none. 1 push-up is better than none. 1 pull-up is better than none. 1 minute is way better than less. When you're starting new habits, you need to think of this, that our minds don't like to do things that are extremely difficult at the beginning. We need to build a tolerance to it, right? Think of the marathon runners. These guys at the beginning probably couldn't run 5 miles, but they kept building up, and then it got to the point where they were able to run 26 miles pretty fast. But when we're developing new habits, we need to start easy. We need to make it fun. We need to make it satisfying, and we need to make it rewarding. For me, when I was first starting meditation, I started extremely small. I started doing meditation for only a couple minutes. I was just focusing on my breathing. And again, 2 minutes, a minute is better than nothing. So once I started doing that, it got way easier. And then I was able to get to the point where I was able to meditate for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, and then sometimes 30 minutes. So you need to start small. Even say if you're running, start extremely small and then just keep building up and just let it get to the point where your body gets used to it. You start to enjoy it more. It just feels way easier. Again, the quote that I repeated by Miyamoto Musashi, it may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. It's going to be tough at the beginning, but eventually it's going to get easier and it's going to be more rewarding. And then you're going to keep continuing to make it a better habit. And then you're going to progress even more with the way better habit. And you will see the results from you doing that. But 1 minute of starting a new habit is way better than nothing. If you're starting to get into reading, writing, anything, start with like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then just do that for like a couple days, a week, maybe even a couple weeks. And then you get to the point where you're like, I want to do this longer. And then you go from there. I literally forgot everything that I have. I forgot my camera stand. I forgot my microphone. But the last one I'm going to say, and this one is the one that helped me the most, but is doing habit stacking. Habit stacking actually keeps you in check of your goals and your habits, right? Like, so say that you want to go to the gym a lot more, you want to eat cleaner, and then you can have a calendar, and then you can X off every day that you complete it, right? This is called habit stacking. Habit stacking is the one that's really helped me develop new habits, and it really keeps me in check. What I really like about habit stacking is that you actually get to see your progress. So this is the biggest one that I think will really help if you want to develop new habits and get rid of your bad ones. For me, this one helped a lot. But other than that, guys, this is all I got for you guys. Again, I forgot my microphone and I forgot my camera stand too. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Again, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to sub. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers here pretty soon. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.